Blessings to you, Mr. Parks. I was wondering if you could elaborate further on when you spoke about eye colour and people with green eyes having been in the control matrix at one point or another. And is eye colour any indication of soul origin? I'm trying to put the pieces of the awakening puzzle together, as it were, and I thank you for your time.
It's great. You didn't tell us what colour your eyes were. It's quite an interesting question in its own way, because the answer is yes and no. It is an indicator of soul origin, but it's also an indicator of influence. So, for instance, somebody coming from the Pleiades, jolly old Pleiadians, I always use them, should have blue eyes. And if somebody from the Pleiades comes straight to Earth, they will have blue eyes. I don't really care what genetic doctors on this planet tell me. I don't really believe all of the things that doctors have to say, and I'm not being disrespectful, I just don't believe it. But if someone's coming from the fourth dimension, then they're going to either have brown eyes or green eyes. You will not have blue eyes if you're coming from the fourth dimension. So let's take someone from Sirius, fourth dimension, higher in the fourth, higher up in the fourth. Don't get mixed up with the greys, don't worry, you're higher up. So higher in the fourth, brown eyes coming here. But you get curious and you want to side yourself off into, say, ancient Egypt, and you want to be involved with the occult and with all the magic that goes on there. Now, if you incarnate many, many lifetimes there, and remember that I don't accept, and I know many of you don't accept the official Egyptologists' version of how the pyramid was built and when it was built. So let's say you could have many lifetimes there. Your eye colour will turn green. If you are in the higher fourth and you come into the lower fourth, so you're not even come to Earth, but you go into the lower fourth and you stay there, and you are involved with control elements, the occult power, your eyes will go green. That is why there is only 1.8% of the population, official records, not my figures, official figures, only 1.8 have green eyes. Okay, because it's rare, because it means that you have visited the fourth dimension, the lower part of the fourth dimension. You have witnessed and seen, or your soul has witnessed and seen whatever it's witnessed and seen, and you have maybe practiced, crafting of energies. And then you come here, and the soul is, that's the element of it, fourth dimension. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person, far from it. It means that you have witnessed the control element. And if your mind and your soul makes a choice for good, and I say this to my clients, then a fourth dimensional person can bring as much change as a fifth or sixth or higher dimensional person, because he or she who has experienced the fourth dimension has worn the t-shirt, so that you see around you the control element of the earth and you think, well, there's an element in me that recognizes this, and I need to rebel against this, I need to fight against it. So the color of your eye represents your life's history, not just this life, but your life's history. And it is an advert for where you've been, and hence why the elite sort of label people by the colour of their eye. And Marilyn Monroe was always going to have blue eyes. So the elite understand this, they measure it. Ordinary people, unaware, have no clue, they don't understand. And the important thing about eye colour, I'll just finish on this one, is it's got nothing to do with how much money you earn. It's got nothing to do with broadly speaking, your voice. It's got nothing to do with the clothes you wear. It is an identity card that a very small percentage of the population can identify. So if your eye colour is green, remember, you're born, you have a birth certificate, so you've already been checked over, you've got your legal document which has gone off to the elite. And they'll say, oh, this is an interesting person because they've got X, Y, or Z, and we'll keep an eye on them. So that's my answer. I hope it's helpful.